That's the question. Well, Ryan McCartan is the Great Gatsby, and that's all the internet needs to know right now. Let's sell some tickets, honey. Ryan McCartan attended a semester of college at the University of Minnesota and then promptly dropped out and moved to LA. I very much believe in arts education. I just don't think it's a one-size-fits-all. I think if it works for you, you should go. And I think if it doesn't work for you, you shouldn't. And I think if you don't know, take a gap year, figure it out. College will always be there. Maybe I'll go back, I don't know. But at the time, it wasn't working for me, so I just moved to LA and that worked out. The 15-year anniversary cast, which was very exciting, 2018 and 2019 on Broadway. JD? 18 to 22-ish? I don't know. Yes, I had gotten a call about a week before I booked it that I was still in the mix, but it wasn't looking good. So I gave up and I auditioned at Disneyland to play Flynn Rider in Mickey and the Magical Map. And I got a call that I booked that. And then 2 hours later, I got a call that I booked Liv and Maddie. And actually did both for like a year. One of the deciding factors of me not working at, because I actually loved my job at Disneyland, one of the deciding factors of me not working at Disneyland anymore was the fact that people would be like, is that Diggy? Like, I was like, no, I'm Flynn. Oh, post, yeah. I won the Jimmy in 2011, I moved to LA in 2012, and I booked Liv and Maddie spring of 2013. It is brutal, and having done it for 23 years, it has not gotten easier. As a matter of fact, I think it's gotten more hard because I think the stakes are higher because I'm grown up now. I have always had to rely on the support of others, and I think if I could give any advice, it's make sure you have generous, well-intentioned people who really know you in your corner to help you weather those storms, and also know that they're coming. Like, you've never made it. Liv and Maddie, I was like, oh, now it's gonna be smooth sailing, and it wasn't. Heather's, oh, now it's gonna be smooth sailing, and it wasn't. Rocky Horror Picture Show, oh my God. I thought Rocky Horror Picture Show was gonna like catapult me, and I didn't work for 2 years after I shot that film. Like, it's never certain, you never have it. You always have to keep working, and so you have to expect that the down is gonna come and have resources in place to help you navigate that. Currently, literally right now, I'm at so-and-so's in New York City, darling. Yeah, I live in New York. I'm playing Gatsby in The Great Gatsby, 8 shows a week. No, the routine of it has sunk in. You know, I wake up, I warm up, I go to the theater, I do the show. The routine of it has sunk in, but the scale of it, who the character is in the context of the book being around for 100 years, the movies, the fact that this adaptation has happened, the fact that I'm now a part of it after having witnessed it from without. I don't know if that will ever like fully like permeate and settle. I really don't think so. No.
Second.
No. I think the first half of my first week was just like, yeah, like holding on, white knuckling it through. Now I'm alive in it. You know, I'm driving the car instead of being driven by it. And it's everyone in the show, everyone who works on the show, everyone is so alive. It's never the same. And it's a blast. I love doing the show. It depends, actually. Sometimes it's for her. You know, like on a matinee in a busy week, it's for her because it's like, okay, this is the first thing that I'm singing for people. And like, I've warmed up, but you know, on stage versus warming up, it's a whole different thing. You know, on a 2-show day, in the second show, you get to past and you've already sang a whole show and a half and now you're singing past and it's like, oh God, please come out of me. I mean, it really depends on where I am in the week, where I am in the show. I mean, and that has kind of been my answer to all of these sort of questions, these sort of superlatives about my experience. What's your favorite song? What's the hardest part of the show? What's the best part of the show? You know, it changes every single, not even day, every single show it changes. Okay, this is my opinion, but I think, okay, I'm such a dork. I think what the audience doesn't know about The Great Gatsby is that the green light represents envy, not money, not a green light like go. I think the green light represents envy. I think that Jay Gatsby loves Daisy so much because because he loves her, but also because he wants to be her. And I think that she represents an echelon of status that even if he married Daisy, he could still never achieve because he wasn't born as a member of that strata. And I think that fundamental notion of his personhood eats him up inside. I think she represents his closest plausible solution to a problem he will never solve. And I think the green light is his envy. One of my favorite passages from the book is when we first meet Jay Gatsby. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't know it word for word, or that I don't know that it's literally on page 40. It's when F. Scott Fitzgerald, as Nick's narration, describes Gatsby's smile. And it's a beautiful passage. It talks about it being that type of smile that you only see 4 or 5 times in life. And what I love about it is that so much about Jay Gatsby is fake. His accent, his past, his schooling, his money. But I think one of the few things you can't fake as a person is a smile. And he already had a once-in-a-lifetime smile. I think what I've learned from the man is if you deny yourself what you already have in service to what you have decided you need, you'll pay for it. 6'3", but I tell casting directors I'm 6'2", because everyone that I go up against is Sarah Hyland's height. Well, first of all, the fact that I have diabetes is the reason that I'm an actor. To make a very long story short, I had a professional job where I was the understudy, and there was a very important rehearsal that the boy that I was understudying, this was when I was like 8, called out of because it was Halloween and he wanted to trick or treat, but I didn't trick or treat because Halloween candy is poison for a diabetic. So I went to rehearsal and did his job while he was out. And as the story goes, did such a good job that they switched us. And from that moment on, I was bit. So there is no road to my professional career as an artist that actually doesn't run through diabetes, which I think is just, we can view these things as weaknesses or detriments, or we can view them more positively. And I think it's really, I think it is incumbent on us to view things that maybe feel like challenges as optimistically as we can. In terms of like the ins and outs of being a diabetic, performing an 8-show week schedule in a big role, again, as I've sort of said about other things, you have to empower your allies. My dresser carries ginger ale with him, and if there's ever a moment where I feel like I'm crashing, I know where the closest sugar is. I eat kind of the same thing with very few exceptions, so that I know where my numbers are going to go and how to navigate it. I live actually a very controlled life to make sure that the sort of uncontrollable surprises don't throw me too much. Yeah, I've always been pretty healthy. I'm very lucky. And I've always worked pretty hard, but I really started taking my diabetes like extraordinarily seriously in the last 5 years. And I wish that I would have been taking it that seriously this whole time. Whatever you want to do that you feel like you can't do because you have diabetes, you can do. And the best way to ensure that you can do it is by taking good care of yourself. Taking such good care of yourself that it is outwardly and obviously your number one priority. And if there is anyone who thinks that you're taking it too seriously or stupid or makes fun of you for that, good. That is a very, very easy and automatic filtration system of who should and should not be in your life. I know this is so hackneyed, but what I always say to this question is I don't think it's been written yet. Or it's like something stupid, like Mama Rose and Gypsy. Or Bobby and Company. Honestly, what made me want to pursue theater was simply the fact that my older sister was doing it and I wanted to be like her. And basically every piece of theater that I have seen since starting doing theater reinvigorates my desire to keep doing it. And that's not a cop-out answer, that's actually how I feel.